A parable, a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson, often finds its place in religious teachings. Parables were a common teaching tool in ancient times, particularly in the teachings of Jesus Christ. They are significant because they help us understand complex spiritual truths in a simple, relatable manner. Today we delve into one such parable, the parable of the wise and the foolish builders. In a town not unlike any other, lived two men. One was wise, the other foolish. Both decided to build houses for themselves. The wise man, meticulous and thoughtful, chose to build his house on a solid rock. He toiled under the sun, his sweat falling onto the hard, unyielding rock. His hands bore the marks of his labor, but his heart was filled with joy, for he knew that he was building a house that would stand the test of time. On the other hand, the foolish man, eager to finish quickly and enjoy the comforts of his new home, chose to build his house on sand. The sand was soft, easy to work with, and he finished building his house in no time. He looked at his hands, smooth and unmarked, and his heart swelled with pride. Then came the storm. Rain hammered down, winds howled, and the earth shook. The house on the rock, built by the wise man, stood firm. It was unyielding, steadfast in the face of the storm. The rain did not seep in, the wind did not tear it down, the earth shaking did not cause it to crumble. The house on the sand, however, was a different story. The rain turned the sand into mud, the wind blew the house sideways, and the earth shaking caused it to collapse. The foolish man watched in horror as his house, his pride, was reduced to rubble. This parable, like many others, holds potent life lessons. The wise man represents those who hear the word of God and act upon it. His house, built on rock, symbolizes a life built on faith, obedience, and righteousness. The storm signifies the trials and tribulations of life. As the house stands firm, so too does a life built on spiritual strength and resilience. The foolish man, on the other hand, represents those who hear the word of God but do not act upon it. His house, built on sand, symbolizes a life built on superficiality and materialism. Just as the house collapses in the storm, a life without spiritual grounding can crumble under the pressures of life. In essence, the parable of the wise and the foolish builders teaches us about the importance of building our lives on a firm spiritual foundation. It encourages us to be like the wise man, to act upon the teachings of our faith, and to build a life that can withstand the storms that inevitably come our way. This timeless tale, simple yet profound, is a reminder that wisdom lies not merely in hearing, but in acting upon what we hear.